First, I want to thank everyone for being here today. This is a great day for Albuquerque's west side, and it's a great day for the commuters and those that drive home every night. But it was a nightmare driving home for the last several years. Now, I think is a much more pleasurable drive when people are coming home. There are over 50,000 vehicles that exit off of Unser and 98th Street each and every day. And a couple years ago, they were building Community Stadium, and Tommy Boris, the president of the Tres Volcanes Neighborhood Association, said, I've got some really big concerns about the traffic and the problems we're going to have for those people going to the games, and also over the years the problems that people have had coming home from work. I sat down with Tommy, we set up a meeting with Senator Candelaria, we met in my office, and these projects would not be possible. We couldn't do this alone as a city. We couldn't do this alone as a state, but I want to thank all our legislators that are here today also in supporting Senator Candelaria and knowing the problems that we have here on Albuquerque's west side, especially with the traffic problems. I also want to thank the president of the West Side Coalition, Jerry Worrell, for his involvement in his work. Together as a community, working with our legislators and council members, these projects would not be possible. But I was surprised we were able to get the resources together. Fortunately, Governor Martinez did not veto the bill to not bring this money to this side of town. But fortunately, we have people like Monica in the legislature and Mr. Pacheco, who also worked very hard on appropriating the money. And Senator and Representative Maestas, you've been a real champion in working with me as a team. We may be Democrats, we may be Republicans, but we know the issues that we are confronting here on Albuquerque's west side. And that is the most important thing. We put our politics aside when it comes to issues that really impact our community and impact the lives of many people. But this nightmare on the west side here is no longer a nightmare. And people driving home and getting off on Unser and people driving home and exiting on 98th Street are much happier now. Many people have told me this has been great for us. We get home from work a lot sooner. We can drive a lot faster now on Unser when we exit on Unser, just because Bobby Unser did it. They think they can do it, but they can't. But again, I want to personally say thank you to our senator for all of his work. He's a freshman senator, but he's truly a champion for this community. And you've only been in office for a couple of years, Jacob, but you're a seasoned veteran in how you've worked with this community and worked with your colleagues in the legislature. And I truly believe that united as a community, there is very little that we cannot do. And I think this is why this project has worked out so well. At this time, I'd like to turn the microphone over to our state senator, Jacob Candelaria.
Thank you, Ken. I want to thank Councilman and President of the Council, Ken Sanchez, for his support on this project. To give you all some of the numbers, this project to expand the off-ramps and reduce traffic here on the west side cost $1.7 million, of which the state of New Mexico contributed $900,000. That really reflects bipartisan collaboration, cooperation, and support. I think in the midst of elections, we lose sight that the point of government is to do things that make people's lives better. And this project is something that will make life better for all the people and all the families on the west side of Albuquerque. I want to thank in a special way all the legislators who are here today, who have joined us, who supported this project. We have the Majority Whip in the House, Antonio Maestas, Representative Paul Pacheco, and Representative Monica Youngblood. These are great leaders in our community, and they really came together to get this done in 1 year. For those of you who know how slow government can work sometimes, that we were able to really push this forward is a testament again to the commitment we have as a city to improving the quality of life, not only for the west side, but for all people in this city who come to the west side and who use these major traffic arteries. I want to now introduce to you and allow to speak for a few moments Tommy Borst, who's the president of one of our neighborhood associations adjoining this project. They are perhaps one of the most impacted communities by this project and by the previous level of congestion that existed here. And then would like to turn it over to Jerry Worrell for a few moments if he'd like to say a few things. Jerry is the president of the West Side Coalition of Neighborhood Associations, and then we would open it up to any other legislator who'd like to give a few comments. But again, I just want to thank the people of Albuquerque for their investment in the West Side. I want to thank the legislature for their support, and I want to thank Governor Martinez for her support of this important initiative. Thank you very much.
I
I'd just like to thank the legislature and all the people who helped to make this project complete. It is a good project, it is a worthwhile project, and it is a working project. It has decreased the traffic congestion very much. So anyway, I wanted to thank these legislatures and the senators who all helped to make this project complete. Thank you.
I just want to say a good word for the process that it took to get this project to completion. We on the west side are doing something that I think is extremely important, and that is we are working together. Regardless of politics, regardless of party, we have all pulled together to make the west side a better place to live, and this is just a perfect example. This started with Tommy Borst, his idea. Tommy, when he has an idea, calls me up and yells at me. And then we go from there, and fortunately we got this together in 1 year, and without the support of our legislator it wouldn't have happened. But thank you all, and it was a great project.
Representative Maestas.
Thank you, Council President. It's great to be here. We're all West Siders, as it was stated earlier. 1.7 million is usually out of reach of a particular legislator, but when we combine forces, when we go, with matching funds from the city and Ken's leadership, we can get it done. So I want to thank Senator Candelaria for pulling our resources together, for doing the math, so that we can come up with the 900,000 as a state. I think the most important thing we could do as a government in times of a recession is build something. If these folks behind us get home 5 minutes sooner each day, 10 minutes sooner each day, times 200 trips a year, that's 2,000 hours. That's a wonderful 2,000 hours they're spending with their kids instead of on the road. So it's a wonderful project. I'm happy to be a part of it. Thank you.
Representative Youngblood.
Just real quickly, I want to just echo what these gentlemen have said. It's really important when we all come together to fund a project like this. Oftentimes our sides are very polarized and politics kind of plays a role, but I think it's something like this that affects so many, not just West Siders, but when you have the new stadium on the west side, parents from all over town are traveling to this side, and it's important that we make sure our communities don't suffer for that, and they see the benefit of what we're trying to do with the legislator, as legislators and as a council. So thank you so much, and Senator Candelaria is putting this together and making sure that it got done.
Representative Pacheco.
Thank you, Councilor. Thank you, Senator. Just really quick, most important thing that we can do is work together. And I appreciate the fact that Senator Candelaria worked in a bipartisan way. We work with council, and that we come together and solve these problems that we as a city and a state face every day. And this is just another example of when we work together, the things that we can accomplish. So I want to thank everyone up here, including Councilor Sanchez for his leadership also, and the governor for making sure that the funds were appropriated. Thank you.
And in closing, I want to thank Tom Menicucci from the council staff for his work. Thank you, Tom. I think you can hear me. And also my policy analyst, who works really near and dear to the community and does a great job in representing this council district, Elaine Romero. Thank you very much for your time. Are there any questions?
When did the project start? How long did it take to complete?
We had the money available after the legislative session. The project started in May. We had to wait until the weather warmed up, and it was completed, I think, within 94 days. And I want to thank the contractors also. I mean, they did a tremendous job in keeping the traffic flowing and moving, especially when you've got this much traffic that they are dealing with. They did a great job, and we've got to admire the engineers that put these projects together. We see Paseo del Norte, what a nightmare it looks like, but they continue to keep the traffic flowing well.